My name is Randall Murchison, also known as Shucks One of the Music and Strength crew. And Shucks One is basically my AKA, it's my artist name. Music and Strength is a coalition of various artists in the US and Japan who do different things. I myself am a videographer and I also make music. Other people are, musicians and dancers and DJs and things like that. So yeah, I live in Tokyo, Japan, and I'm a video director. I also teach kids hip-hop culture in English. I promote the positive aspects of hip-hop because, hip-hop, it's got its extremes on both ends. You've got some crazy stuff out there that you wouldn't want your children to be associated with, and you have some really positive, creative stuff out there that you definitely should have your children affiliated with. And so my job, my mission in life is to continue to portray and promote just that. That's basically who I am, and my passion happens to be working with children and dealing with hip-hop culture. My reasons for coming to Japan are pretty deep. When I was young, I lived in Okinawa when I was 11 years old for about 3.5 years. My father was in the military, so we had to live on a military base in Okinawa, Japan, and that changed my life. I fell in love with the culture, and when I left, I promised myself that one day I'd return to Japan to live as an adult on my own. And after numerous business trips and visits here, I decided to move here 3 years ago. So I've been here 3 years now. Oh, wow. Some of the groups I've worked with as far as mainstream or major artists are De La Soul, Public Enemy, Wu-Tang Clan, Ice Cube. The list goes on. Rakim, a lot of 90s hip-hop legends, which is considered the golden era of hip-hop. I've been on major music tours as a videographer, cameraman of their live stage shows, backstage interviews, things like that. So I've worked with a long list of famous artists, and as well probably a longer list of independent artists. The web TV show, I have actually quite a few that I do, different ones. Right now I'm working on one, it's called Shoot the Gift, and in kind of hip-hop terms that means do your best, show your skills, shoot the gift that you have out to the world. So I'm showcasing music videos and dance videos from things that I find on YouTube. A lot of people send me submissions, they want to be featured on my show or on my website, so I compile a bunch of different videos together and I make a little TV show out of it, web TV show out of that. Also, there's FutureSound.tv, which a partner of mine built, and I help to produce content for that. And that's more dealing with fashion, street sports, hip-hop, techno, a kind of a variety of things. It's not just hip-hop. So that's FutureSound.tv and MusicandStrength.tv. Both of those are featuring various people's productions as well as our own. But if you want to see strictly my videos, you can go to youtube.com/shucksfiles, and that's SHUX files, all one word, youtube.com/shucksfiles. And every video on the Shucks Files was shot, edited, and produced by me. I love working on the street. I love doing guerrilla type shoots and just posting my tripod up somewhere, putting the camera on and jumping in front of it and hosting. It attracts a crowd. People stand around, they probably think I'm famous or something, and then they want to get in the shot, they want to come and shake my hand, and it's fun, I like to just do the spontaneous style stuff anywhere that I can, and I enjoy that the most, as opposed to being in a studio with the same props and set every time. You never know what to expect on the street. You have to be quick, you have to be witty. Yeah, it's exciting, it's challenging, and you have to be up for the challenge to enjoy Japan. If otherwise, just come for a few days, come for a week, and take a few pictures and leave, because if you're not up for a challenge, you're not going to enjoy staying here for long. Challenges are obviously the language. It'd be good to know how to speak the language, and if you can, read and write the language as well. Other challenges are, being the foreigner, and sometimes you're going to feel alienated. It's a natural thing. You're going to be somewhere and think that people don't like you because you're a foreigner, and a lot of times they might not talk to you. It's because they're shy, they're more shy than you, and you come to find that if you actually just speak to someone and smile and say something, they're so friendly, they're so open, and they want to know everything about you. So I've had my times where I've been somewhere, been at a party or somewhere, and I'm like the only foreigner there, and like, you know, I feel like I'm alienated, but it's more they're, you know, they're wondering about me. Especially if you can't speak Japanese. Actually, sorry, not to go on a big tangent. This is a perfect example. This weekend I was in Shizuoka visiting a friend, and she had this art exhibition, and I was the only foreigner there for a while, all Japanese. And you know, there was this guy who, I don't know, he was kind of checking me out. Like I would notice, like he would look at me, but when I would look in his direction to kind of like nod my head or smile, he would look away quickly, you know. And I guess he was intimidated by me, and it took him so long. Like later, he overheard me having a conversation with someone else in Japanese, and we were just talking about random stuff. And then he was like, "Oh, Nihongo shabarimasu ne, oh, sugoi," and he was like, basically saying like, "Oh, you can speak Japanese, you know, this is great, you know, I wanted to talk to you, but I didn't think that you could speak Japanese, so I didn't, you know, I was intimidated to say anything to you because I can't speak English, you know." And I was, you know, so it was just a perfect example. This guy who I thought was ignoring me, every time I wanted to look at him and like kind of just, you know, acknowledge him, like, "Hey, how you doing?" He would just look away really quickly, and I was like, wow, he doesn't like me. But he was just, I don't know what it was. He was just shy. And when he found out that I could speak his language, then, I mean, we talked for like an hour about all kinds of stuff. So, yeah. My future in Japan, I guess it's now relying on this new job that I just got, which is with a company called Kidzania. And that's basically a theme park for children to go and experience what the adult world is like as far as in the job place. So you can go there as a child and become a fireman, policeman, work at a bank, a pizza shop, a TV studio, radio station. Oh, there's over 90 different actual real world job positions that kids can go in and have fun learning how to be that, you know, be that character. So I've just been hired to help create some programs there, some English-based programs, as well as help promote the business to the foreign community in Japan. So I'll be doing quite a few different things with Kidzania, but yeah, it's a pretty big company, and I hope to be there for a long time. So that's one of the future things, as well as in the community, organizing events, and working with kids. The reason why I got the job with Kidzania is because I do these hip-hop workshops with children here as a way to help them learn English without having to sit at a desk and learn from a book. I get them dancing and rapping and singing and drawing art and doing different things while they're learning English. So it's a creative arts type English program that Kidzania liked. My name is Randall Murchison, aka Shucks One of the Music and Strength crew, and I want to send a shout out to all my Music and Strength family worldwide who are doing positive, creative, and innovative things with their art. And of course to Rowan, thank you, and a big shout out to the Around Tokyo blog. You guys that are checking this video out are checking it out on one of the best blogs out there. So keep checking out what Rowan's bringing you. It's got a lot of good, creative, and interesting stuff going on. So thank you, and I'm out. Peace.